Hello, my name is Rachel, and I'm watching a dog who's having drinks right now, if you hear that. But I like to share messages about a lot of stuff, manifesting, creating the life you want, overcoming challenges and suffering. And I just took a walk, and I had the visual of a cup, not a cup, but like if there's the ground, there's a divot in the ground, or like this shape, right? Like a cup shape for manifesting. And I wanted to make a video about it because what came before that for me to see that is manifesting is a number of things all coming together at one time for something to show up. So there's a lot of layers to it. There are a lot of layers to manifesting and creating your thoughts into reality. So just some of the things that came to mind when I saw this cup analogy were limiting beliefs. So your mindset, or what you believe, what you think, has to match the thing you want. Because if you believe that you're unworthy of something, then that's the belief that will continue to manifest. So if you believe you're not worthy of love, then you won't get very much love. You won't feel very loved. If you don't believe you're worthy of having a lot of money, then you won't have a lot of money. Whatever you believe, you become. And some of that can be subconscious stuff, like that carries over from childhood to you being the person that you are. A lot of that is subconscious. Our minds are taking everything in from ages 0 to 7. We're like a sponge. It's all subconscious. So a lot of those beliefs are held in our subconscious, and I would argue the nervous system as well. Again, if you grew up in an abusive household, or or bouncing around a lot with foster homes or adoption or whatever, sorts of issues, then your nervous system remembers that you can't even feel very safe in this world. So if you can't feel safe in this world, then how that manifests might be you don't feel safe with money, you don't feel safe with men or women, whatever it might be. So that's one, beliefs and mindset. And then right over there, I have the book called The Body Code. But there's a book called The Emotion Code, which is from a chiropractor who found, again, our bodies hold on to trapped emotions. So if we hold on to trapped emotions, which happens for most people because we don't process them immediately and let them go, then again, that's all energy and frequency. So if we're projecting this energy and holding in our tissues and our body and our cells, saying, I'm unworthy, I'm unlovable, that's blocking you from receiving what you want, your desires, your abundance, your next level, your next layer. So mindset or limiting beliefs, trapped emotions. So I highly recommend the Emotion Code or the Body Code. Or if you want to do a session with me, I'd be happy to do that for you. And then these aren't in any order, by the way, but then I would say action is one step too, because you have to take actions for things to manifest in this physical form, because we're in a reality where you have to take steps to get the things that you want. So I only speak about from my experience because that's the experience I'm having, but I'm at a point now for my skin journey where I'm probably going to do a set of peels and this one specific skincare system. And then I found another resource that I will probably use. So I'm taking actions to take care of something that I want, which is clear skin. Another thing that I want is overall to build more muscle. So that's a goal that I've had for a long time, and I've had to deal with other stuff, health reasons and health things and symptoms. But I know that I have to, lift weights to have that manifest and come to be. So action is another thing, right? You have to take the aligned actions that get you the thing you want. So if you want to make a lot of money, well, the people that are making a lot of money, what do? What do you need to learn about business, marketing, sales, scarcity, economics, or if you want a happy, healthy relationship, what are the people that have a happy and healthy relationship? What do they do? You know, do they work on things together? Do they know how to problem solve? Do they know how to give each other space? Whatever. Or, you know, I think body is a good example because it's very much in your physical body. So, you know, if you want to do a bodybuilding competition, well, you probably learn from people that have done it already how to get to, you know, where you want to be, or run a marathon. You know, how do I do that? Well, here's the amount of miles that you run, and here's what you eat, and, you know, whatever. So, what do I have? I have limiting beliefs or mindset, trapped emotions, action steps. And I think another one that's good is just timing. Like, I know that everything I want is in my field, it's in my realm, it's in my quantum reality. But there's a timing thing. Things probably have to go in this order, in this certain way, for everything to come to be. And if you're very impatient like me, it can really, really suck. And sometimes it's really hard to embrace and enjoy the journey that you're on to get those things. Because I know for a fact that some people that have the things that I want or get the things that I want, there are consequences. And sometimes those are bad consequences. So, you know, I want to have everything come to be in a very synchronistic, ease-filled, flowing, aligned reality, which is where the cup comes to be, or cup comes to play. Because again, I'm just seeing the visual, like, here's a table right here, and if I scooped out a hole for the cup, then when I have the action steps and the timing and gotten rid of all the trapped emotions and energies and whatever, then all of the water of that can just pool into the cup and fill it up very, very easily, right? The timing, the energy, the blah, 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 blah. And I would say probably the last component that I want to talk about or came through on my walk is there's kind of this field of epigenetics where it's kind of tied into your beliefs, and energies too, but what has been passed down in your line, again, is another form of energy. So if there's been a belief and your parents have shown you that there's not enough money, or, you know, there's a lot of anxiety in the family, or depression, or addiction, or, you know, trauma of whatever kind, or, you know, grief or heaviness or sadness, you know, whatever it is, again, if that's carried down to you and you've experienced it, but you want something different, that's kind of what I've been talking about. But you have to step up and do the work and change that outcome within yourself. So whether that is, you know, therapy, or there's lots of research coming out about just exercise and movement, how that can rewire trauma, nervous system work, breath work, somatic work, yoga, tai chi, qigong, healing your gut, eating healthier, scream therapy, rage therapy, right, to release trapped emotions, emotional freedom technique, again, whatever it is, you know, those would be action steps to change your energetic frequency, I guess, and vibration. But yeah, that's all I wanted to share. Let me know if this was helpful. Let me know if you want one-on-one support. I'd be happy to do a session to do emotion code, emotional freedom technique, help you release anxieties or fears, kind of get a next best step for what you want in your relationship life or your health life. That's what I like to talk about and do, because I've gone through so much and I've learned through so much, and you know, it's the greatest gift to be able to give back, and it's just so fun. I love hearing people's stories and experiences, and you know, that's why I'm here, why all the stuff that I've gone through has made a difference, you know, for me to overcome and transform, but also for helping other people through it. So I hope you have a great rest of your day, night, evening, afternoon, and I'll see you soon. Bye.